Okay, my people. Made it family, what's goody? It's your boy Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you already know what to do to this channel. It's New York. We in New York City. It's a beautiful day out here. We got a lot of things to talk about, but there's a couple surprises I got for y'all. I don't know if y'all are sleeping under a rock or anything, but there's been new music dropping. So we're gonna get into that before we jump into the few topics I have for you guys as well. And I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are feeling good too. Energy is up. I feel like today is one of those days where you can go out there, enjoy yourself, do what you got to do, get back into your family, and you're gonna be all right. It's good music day. Good time for good music in New York City. So we got a lot to talk about. I won't say a lot, but we got some things to talk about. Before we get it started, I want to give a shout out to Memphis Bleak for dropping his album. Now the album is called Apartment 3D. I got to hear only a few songs because I'm hearing this on the wake up. So the songs that I heard, the production, the bars, it's everything is just it's going good, man. I don't know. I hope you guys can really get a chance over the weekend to really check out this Memphis Bleak album because the music is good. This is good music. This made me feel like hip hop is back in place. Like even though it's not, it sounds like it's gonna be a really great album. I only got to listen to 3 songs, so I got to listen to On My Way featuring John Rise, I'm the Type, and I believe it's Hove's word to Hove. So those 3 songs I got to listen to, really dope. So shouts out to Memphis Bleak, man. It just goes to show you when you got it, you got it. No matter what time you drop it, it's always gonna sound good, man. I like the production. The lyrics were on point so far. What I'm hearing, I'm gonna have this album right here on rotation. I just know it. Bleak just came out of nowhere and just started, he put it all together because I seen him dropping videos here and there. He'll drop off a video wherever he travels, and I seen a few videos from him that was really dope. And I said, yeah, he got it, he got it. So when it comes down to new music, Memphis Bleak new album, gotta check it out, man. It feels good. It sounds like something that the city could appreciate. So after that, I'm hearing. So Cardi dropped a record from her. She dropped a song from her album, which is Outside. At first, when I seen it drop, I seen the instrumental, and then I guess after she dropped the regular version, really dope. As well as Offset dropped something too. So I don't know what's going on over there, but all the music sounds good so far. So far so good. But yeah, man, you guys gotta check out that Memphis Bleak album. He got some talk for people. He got some talk on there, man. I'm telling you. So, when it comes down to these YouTube streets, we hear a lot's going on in every sector of what different topics people are talking about. But I'm gonna start it off today with the Diddy. Now I'm hearing that some people think that Diddy is gonna take the stand. I don't feel like Diddy's gonna take the stand, you guys. To be honest with you, Diddy doesn't even do good at award show speeches. So I don't think him taking the stand is gonna be in the benefit for him. And I don't know. You don't know with this type of case. He might feel like he has something to say, but I just feel like it'll be his best interest not to take the stand because he doesn't really do good with speeches. Let's face it, one of his sorry towards Cassie, it was iffy. So I don't know if he's going to take the stand. Good morning, Jesse. What's up? How you doing? We all in here on this Friday. I hope your Friday is going good. I'm just talking about this whole Diddy situation. What I'm noticing right now is with this Diddy situation in court right now, they're gonna start talking about the weapons, and they already brought up like the weapons and the drugs they found during the raid. So everything that we're hearing now, this is, I guess they're off in as far as like the court in his case, they're not really talking about his character anymore. They're not painting the character picture right now. They're up to the point where they're providing the evidence that they found in the raid. So these are probably going to be, whatever we hear from this point on is going to be the charges that stick with him. These are the things that he could be charged for, from just face value of them, just illegal, like the gun, the serial number scratched off, the drugs they found, and things like that. That's what they're up to right at this point. But what's goody? It's Friday. Yeah, I know, right? He said, I hope they don't ruin cocoa butter next. Oh, y'all got their Friday vibes on, huh? Yeah, man. I don't know, man. They're up to the point where they're talking about like the guns and things. So I think from this point on in the court case, these are all the charges that they know that they can definitely nail him to the wall with. But the character play, like on what he did as far as like going over the with Cassie, it just became redundant. And I feel like at this point, whatever we hear from this point on going forward, it will be things they're gonna try to at least this is where the bulk of the time is gonna come from, these things that we're hearing. But it's crazy. People think that he's going to take the stand. I don't think he should take the stand, and I don't think it's going to work if he does take the stand, because we all know Diddy and, trying to say those sorries or those speeches on stage, it never turns out pretty good. So he takes the stand, he might dig himself in a deeper hole than he's already in. Um, and it's crazy because at this point, the case is, to me, the case is almost already wrapped up. Things came so fast. Everything just like play this part. And it was like a lot of character play as far as like people, the allegations and things like that. But the evidence that I feel like is going to stick is what we're hearing today, and from the days to these few days left they have left with this court thing. It don't look good. I don't know. I don't know. If it's gonna be just him let go free, but you never know in these times what this is all about. It's up 50-50 for me. I don't know. And not to say that I don't think he's not guilty, but I just feel like as far as evidence being presented and things that they do have against him, it's like a 50-50. I heard it being argued both ways, and they both sounded like it was somewhat, correct in a way. So yeah, that's what it is. Now, also, if you guys are just checking in, Memphis Bleak, we got new music today. We got Memphis Bleak dropping his album, Apartment 3D. You got Cardi B, you got Offset. Everybody's dropping some new joints out there. So that's something that you wanna just listen to good music, get some good vibes. These are the new things that can maybe lift our spirit up in certain ways. I know the Memphis Bleak album, from the 3 songs I heard already, especially the Word to Hove when Hove is talking in it, that's crazy. It's just crazy. It's just like big bro giving you advice. So that's I want to, after this live is over, I'm definitely gonna be checking out some new music. I just need some new vibes, put some new energy in the air, and I'm hoping that everything as far as more music drops on today, or for this today and up to next week. So that's what we're really up to. Another thing, I gotta talk about it, man. I gotta talk about it, you guys. And it's the Fat Joe. Did you guys hear what's going on with Fat Joe and his former hype man slash ghostwriter TA? Did you guys hear about what's going on? It's crazy. I actually heard it yesterday, but I've been hearing little things here and there in these YouTube streets. You guys know that, TA has been talking about Fat Joe, as well as Cuban links, and he has certain people that was in his camp at one time, just saying certain things that had went on in the past. But these new allegations that he has, my whole thing is, I believe Fat Joe had like, I thought Fat Joe was taking TA to court at first, and for I guess harassment online or whatever that was going on, speaking on issues. But now it looks like TA is taking him to court, and he's speaking on Fat Joe allegedly sleeping with minors. And that right there, I don't want to just off the back start pointing the finger and things like that. I want to get to a place where I could find some understanding on both sides and why it's being done, and is it actually true. But from what I'm hearing, they have pictures of Fat Joe with this young lady. I get that back in the day pictures are actually pictures when she was in high school, when she was around them and things like that. I don't know as far as that goes. They also pulled Pistol Pete. If you guys have ever heard of Pistol Pete, he's one of Fat Joe. He works with Fat Joe, just on his, like, you could say, security side. In other words, to keep it safe on safe grounds. But Pistol Pete, he's been changed his life. He's drop. He has a podcast out there, Dog in the Yard. I usually check for that here and there. You know, he usually has people that's just coming out of prison and changing their life and things like that. How he changed his life, he tries to give game, sort of, sort of like, you know, $1 million worth of game. Try to give the, you know, people coming out of prison some game on how to navigate through the streets after life after prison. But I never heard these allegations come up on Fat Joe until I heard from TA. And when you know, I was listening to, it was, shouts out to my boy Choke No Joke. One night on Choke No Jokes live, he was speaking with TA, and TA was, you know, just saying certain things that was going on with Fat Joe, and he brought up the fact that he saw Fat Joe with some, you know, underage minor, this and that. And I remember, I believe Choke was telling him like, whoa, you know, like, you know, you got to be, are you sure all of these allegations and things like that? And he was standing with what he was saying. So I guess that's what led Fat Joe to say, you know, to try to take him to court. But now it looks like TA, he's got the information, he has everything together, and he's using the lawyer for that Little Rod in the Diddy's case is the same lawyer that he's using to formulate these allegations against Fat Joe. And he was in it. He was explaining how he wasn't compensated, and as far as writing for Fat Joe, music for him, and he's explaining that, you know, things that they did behind the scenes. But you know, my whole thing with this Fat Joe situation is, you know, it's crazy that the allegations, before it can be, anything can be proven, how it can tarnish certain things. And that's the whole problem with it. Now, I can't say, you know, I can't say if it's true or not true, because I wasn't there with them. This is one of those things where it's kind of like the Diddy situation, where these are your own people that were around you telling these types of stories. So I can only go with, you know, like what I'm hearing, and as far as I heard, Fat Joe, he denies the allegations. He already responded denying the allegations. So these are one of those situations where you got to sit back and see how this thing plays out, because I don't know, man. I can't just formulate like some kind of review on Fat Joe's character now because of these types of allegations. What I could say is, you know, we're living in the times where your past can be brought up in the present, and once it hits social media, if there's evidence that follows behind it, you can get yourself in some trouble. That's all I know when it comes down to all of that type of situation. But from what I'm looking at, the person that I'm seeing, you know, when I look over there at Fat Joe and things like that, I don't know. He has kids and a whole family, but they're saying this was in the past, so I don't know what's going on. If the girl happens to take the stand, or if the girl is going to be going to court too, that this happened to, this is going to be probably a bigger case than Diddy. So it's crazy out here in these YouTube streets. Good morning, love. Good morning. How you doing? Much love. You already know. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I was just talking about the Fat Joe situation. It's crazy out here, y'all. I don't know where people. I don't know, man. It's a lot of things going on that's just, man, you could have skipped these parts of your life out, and you could have been doing way better than, because karma is real. A lot of people don't think about it like that, but karma is real. You know, things that you put out into the universe eventually comes back to you, whether it be good or bad. You know, karma, it's not just bad karma. Sometimes you get some good karma that comes out of nowhere, and you forgot about the good things you did for people, but it just seems to, you know, come back, and you know, you get blessed. You know, that's how you feel blessed, and that's how you go about your life, you know. So when you do good for people, you get good out of it. It might not be right there at that point, but I do believe that some point in time you will be repaid. So that's how I look at it, you know. And when it comes to doing bad with people, and that's the, you know, one of the reasons why this is why it sucks, because it looks like TA at first was just looking to be compensated for his ghostwriting, you know, and he wasn't compensated. And now that, I guess that's not, he starts telling more things behind the scenes that might formulate him, you know, put Fat Joe probably in prison or whatever. I don't know. It feels very weird, because let me tell you something. When it comes down to life and the things that we do as human beings, we have to also understand that bad intention can ruin everything for you. If you don't have good intentions inside, it can change things around. Intentions is so powerful, because you'll be surprised how people, you might be trying to get at him for some money, but you have bad intention. And even regardless if he does owe you this, or you feel like he owes you whatever, if you have bad intentions behind it, that thing can turn around on you. Now, if you're doing it from the goodness in your heart because you felt like, no, that was wrong what he did with a allegedly with a minor, which were they saying a 15 years old or something like that, Dominican girl. Well, if that's the case and you have good intentions behind it, well, then you fight your fight. But if this all surrounds of, just you trying to get more money, or you're just trying to be compensated, and being that that's not working out, you do put this there, then that's kind of like bad intentions. I feel like the Most High is going to judge us regardless. That's the only judge that we really have to get ourselves in front of. But when it's your own people that you once in time you were hanging with, and now they're bringing these things up about you, that makes everything all but that much sticky. Like, I've heard Fat Joe not compensating people before and things like that in the past, but not compensating, sometimes people could be confused as far as like deals you made, and just when people have their publishing over you. Those are things that can be handled in the music industry. But when you're talking about going to court and you're dealing with the feds, or you're dealing with state court, these are things that could land somebody in prison. So I don't want to just go automatically just say, oh, he did this, he did that. This is just from what we're hearing. These YouTube streets, man, they talking in these YouTube streets, and this is not just something that just popped up. This is something that they've been going at each other for a while. What's up, y'all? Oh, shouts out to London, man. I got family out there in London. Big up, big up. Y'all already know. I have some family out in London. I've been to London a few times, but I got to get back out to London. Really got to get back out to London. Love London. Much love, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Are y'all showing me love this Friday? That's what it's about? Then I know I'm doing this for the better. I know this. That's why I always say to myself, there's good people in the world. We just got to find our tribe. We got to find my people, man. Where my people's at, for real. NYC, the weather's beautiful. I'm trying to take some of that energy, take it in, and be as creative as possible. I got more. As a matter of fact, I dropped a reaction. After this is over, you guys go check it out. It's a $300,000 Ferrari Spider. This guy, he stole it from like this homeowner. He had a Ferrari and a Corvette. The guy runs up in there. It seems like he ran up there and stuck him up with like a BB gun. Jumped in the man Ferrari and went all over the place, from Rhode Island to New York. He was all over the place, and he trying to hide the Ferrari in the backyard. It just got crazy. He got caught. It got really messy. So I want you guys to check that out. My reactions, they crazy. They going up. I know y'all appreciating them. People always love to see different reactions, but the difference with my reactions, I try to give you like a better take on, what he should have did, even if it's the wrong thing to do. Like, people just make these stupid mistakes. Like, number one, traveling with a BB gun, we already know that you're not even a robber for real. You're trying to play a part. That's what my whole thing was on this. Like, what if that person in that home had a weapon and turned it back on you? What, you gonna shoot some pellets at them? It's like, people don't even know what they're doing in these times. And it's like, if you steal somebody's Ferrari, right? It's not like you could hook it up and put rims on it, change the color. You're not doing all of that. You're trying to drive it for just like a little moment in time. So you're trying to floss for a few seconds and then get caught for what? Get your money right, go buy a Ferrari, or go find whatever dream car you want, and it's attainable. But don't take it from somebody that could be their dream car, and because it's not only just taking it from the person, you leaving them traumatized that you ran inside of their home. Them people might move, then people might not be able to sleep at night. So people don't really see the behind. Some people think that, like, for myself, coming up in an aggressive environment, if I go to Long Island or certain places, then people ain't come up like in these types of environments. So I can understand the trauma that it leaves people that's not used to that type of situation. Not everybody can just go back to sleep. No, people are moving out of these areas and things like that. Houses and mansions and things like that losing value. Things are happening. So it's a mess, man. It's just an absolute mess when it comes down to things like that. But I threw that reaction up there for you guys, and I hope you guys can check that out. Another thing that I seen too, R. Kelly don't look like he gonna make it, y'all. He don't look like he gonna make it. R. Kelly is squeezing, trying to get his way out of prison, man. And they gave him 35 years. 35 years. So 35 years says to me, at a man at his age, it says that's a life sentence. So R. Kelly, he can't take it. I seen new mugshot pics, and it just looked like he looked crazy in the mugshot, man. Looked like he can't last another day in there. And this is what I be telling the youth. Like it seems like it ain't. Trust me, me personally, there's no way I was gonna enjoy myself when there's a whole bunch of men around. There's no females around. There's all male energy, mental health energy. All of this stuff is all around. How do you feel like that's gonna be a comfortable environment for a man so talented? Addicted to sex made him put himself in these places. And I'll be honest with you, when it comes to Kells, man, his music will live on a little longer than he will. The way it looks like he can't even spend another 5-10 minutes in prison. That's why I ain't trying to get myself caught up in no crimes. If I can't make it on my own, then it ain't going. I ain't going. The only way I could end up in one of those type of situations, God forbid, if somebody approach, if I have to defend myself, but it would never be on the offensive because I know better. Come on now, and for some panani, I mean, he could have got some. You could have just went bare, just legal. And even though it for some people that'd have been wrong, it'd have been legal. But you hanging at the high school, the McDonald's, and you can't even perform right. It's just absolutely crazy. I don't know what these guys are thinking. They thinking that and let me tell you something. You go over there, them high school, them young girls, they'll wear you out. They'll wear you out. You can't even perform. We heard what's going on. Both of you and Diddy got something in common. Y'all can't perform in bed because of the drugs you use. So if you think that you're going just because she's new, you get a younger female and they're gonna wear you out. You don't even know what you're dealing with. So number one, you're in the wrong ball court, and in the wrong sport. Get yourself a grown woman. Get yourself somebody that can help you out with what you got going on, instead of trying to get always the younger person to try to influence. It's not. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. So R. Kelly, he got himself caught up in this. It's nasty out there, man. This is nasty work. Very nasty. You know what I heard too, y'all? It sounded crazy. This is gonna sound crazy when I tell y'all. Let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, I do feel. I feel like R. Kelly is one of those like. It's one of those like, we know you did this, right? You can't get away with this, but we're gonna hit you with this so we can hold you in here. It's like what they did with OJ when he went to retrieve his own stuff that was stolen. They still put him in prison for it because he was what the act of it. It's crazy out there. So it's like when you have that type of aura around you, and this is what you did, and they can't. Eventually, they're gonna try to keep nailing at the wall until they get you for it. I do believe there's some of that energy in there too. Like I believe that in other words, there's no such thing as scot-free, getting away scot-free when the social media could build things back up and people those days are over. Those days are over. It seemed like they would try to get you at anything, jaywalking, running a red light. You'll do more time for it because you got away with something else. So I understand what you're saying on that one too. I heard something crazy. Tell me if this is a rumor. Is this real or not? You guys got to let me know. They found human remains outside of Taylor Swift's home. Like they said they identified it. So I guess there was a story out there where wherever Taylor Swift lives, probably Los Angeles, they found human remains. Like, what's going on, y'all? Like, what type of crazy freaky stuff is going on? We heard of freak off parties now. This is like, why the hell? Like, did you move into some place that had a lot going on? I don't know. That just sounded crazy. I'm like, all of this spooky stuff, we gotta wipe the spooky stuff out of the industry, y'all. We got a lot of people, like, it's a lot of things going on that we're not really, But when I heard them, like, human remains, like, what, they had it in a bag? What's going on? Like, was it buried and there was an investigation before she moved there? Or was that somebody that was from there? I don't know what it was, but it just don't sound right, man. It sounds crazy. Especially when she just brought back her publishing and all that. I don't know what's going on. She lives in LA? Oh, okay. I don't know. When it comes to LA, they be doing the most. It's a lot going on out there. You could definitely find yourself in the wrong place in LA. I believe he's a football player. Yeah, he's a football player. his name is Henry Ruggs. I don't watch football like that enough to know everybody's names like that, but his name is Henry Ruggs. And the reason why I want to talk to you about this situation, he was explaining how alcohol led him to, he was so addicted to alcohol that it ended up leading him into getting himself into an accident where he ended up killing this lady he was drunk, drinking and driving. But he was trying to correct his wrong. So I want to give him a little healing energy because when the alcohol takes over your system, yeah, it's not really you, but you're doing the act. And it's sad that somebody had to lose their life due to his just wrongs, drinking too much. All that alcohol stuff, that's why I say, when it comes down to alcohol, it's not saying you can't have a good time, but the time that you're having if you're drinking, you got to know it's that serious that you have to be in an environment where you at least know more than 50% of the people. Because you don't know who's watching you from over here, or at least have people around you that love you. So if you get too drunk, you can have somebody on your side to take you home that probably doesn't drive, not drinking with you, that can drive. Things like that, these are so important in these times because a lot of things are happening to people. A lot of things are happening. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. I'm about to get my sandwich. Yep. Good looking. Yeah. Yeah, y'all still there? I got my little sandwich for the morning. But there's a lot of things like I see happening that I'm like, man. And don't, that's like I always tell you, anything that's going to alter your thoughts, anything that's going to make, take you outside of yourself or make you feel good or open to conversation now, like sipping and stuff like that, all of that stuff right there, that's going to be the things that you never know what could happen. You don't know what could happen. You could get too drunk and then do something that you would never do, but you still be charged for it. But they're not going to arrest your ghost, right? They're going to arrest you. So you got to be around the right people when you're trying to enjoy yourself, and you people that love you, that you love, that you can count on just in case you fall or pass out. You wake up, you got a pillow behind your head, and your pockets are not raided. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can't put your drinks down. You're right, or share cigarettes because or smokes or whatever. You can't. Like now in these times, if you're gonna smoke, especially if it's like weed, I'm not. No, don't pass it to nobody. Come on, get your own. Number one, nobody's doing any lip to lip in these times, especially in the club. No lip to lip. And then when it comes down to the drinks, you put your drink down one time and somebody bloop, bloop, and you gonna be on your back. So yeah, man, you can't trust these people, and especially we seen how Diddy's bodyguard explained how they'll have the stuff in the ice. So they put that in the ice, drop an ice cube in your drink. You looking in your drink, it looks clear, but then when it dissolves, then who in your body you're stuck. It's like people don't even have the game to approach people and get to know somebody before they sleep with them. They want this instant. Let me just take her. No, that's not how you do it. That's now it's too criminal. Now we can't do that. You can't be drugging people. It's like, come on now. That all that type of stuff right there. Those are the things that's gonna get you big numbers. Big numbers. You can't do that to people. People and it's a trust that comes with enjoying yourself around people that you don't know. There's a trust that comes with that. You can't just go anywhere because you feel it's popping anymore. That's like back in the day stuff. Oh, it's popping over there. Let's just roll up over there. See, no, you can't do that. You got to start understanding like, oh, who's throwing that party? Oh, okay. Who's in there? Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Let's hit a lounge or something. Get a little more personal, and then you can at least observe the drinks a little bit better. I'm telling you, all of that stuff, those are life-changing things for the worse. If mixing the alcohol, people taking control of how you getting high and whatever you got going on, let me tell you, man, it's the worst. When it comes down to celebrities, that's the most dangerous thing. Look at Michael Jackson, all of these people that people had control of their lives before they even thought about it. What you don't understand is when you have somebody addicted to something and you're the person that's selling it to that person, you have some kind of control over their life. Because that addiction will keep those people coming back to you. And let's just say you see something on social media that you don't like that person, or you feel like that person, you don't never like them in the first place. Don't you know there's fentanyl and things like that you can get that person out of here? Then you go about your business and that person is overdosed. We've seen this happen many, many times before. Up to this day, we still want to know what's the real deal with Whitney Houston like. So When the more we when you talking about you want to keep yourself secure from all the nonsense, you want that is you have to start like securing what your intake and who you're around. Once you start living that way, trust me, you're gonna find yourself in a better, peaceful place than just being so random all the time. Like, don't be random about anything. It's nothing to be random about in these times. Everything has to be double checked, in other words. For real. Half of the stuff that is high price and low quality anyway. So it's not like you're not missing out on anything. I tell people that all the time. If you're not there, your presence is not there, well, they missed out on your presence if you're a good person. You don't have to be in everything. Like, it's just not. It ain't the way. That's a fact. Yep, it's true. I've seen things on social media where it was a club and this guy kept getting at this chick, getting at this girl, and she wasn't paying him no mind. And when they was at the bar, he drugged her drink. It's like these are people that can't real. They don't got no game, they don't got no swag about them, no presence about them. All they can concentrate on is the sexual part of the whole thing. That's all they can think about because they're sex addicted. So that's all. They're not thinking about the body, the person, the mind. They're not. They want straight what's in the panties, and it's like this ain't a place for you. You got to put in some kind of work. God damn, put in some kind of work. Like get to know who at least they're gonna be partying there. Y'all at the same spot. You could dance with her, get to know, and then see if you do get lucky, and then she allows you to come in her place or whatever. Y'all go somewhere. See if it works before you just start taking from people. That type of greediness puts people in prison for a long time, man. It's the same greed that we see a lot of these guys. They have money and they want something and now they can't get it, but they're so used to buying into everything that some way, somehow they're going to find themselves in trouble trying to take from somebody they don't want to give them. Crazy, y'all. That's a fact. Whatever God has for you is for you. And me and you might get the same thing. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be at the same time. It's just life. For real, for real. Let me see. I'm going to make you a model. Man. For real. There's a lot going on. But I'm just hoping people get their life together. And that doesn't mean a money upgrade. It just means their mind. Mentally, I hope people get their life together. Just the other day out here on Jamaica Avenue, it looked like zombie land. A lot of the places are closing. It's not like how it used to be, where it used to be packed, everybody just going shopping, doing things. Well, that's due to the high prices, but as well as the community around that. It's just people right now are walking on eggshells because a lot of the youth, people got guns and they're going out there. Innocent people are getting hurt. And I think that's what draws people to say, you know what, I'm going to skip going shopping today, maybe order a few things online, and then I'm going to go about my business doing what I got to do because I don't want to be in this certain area at this certain time when I know that things are crazy. And it's like that at so many different places, so many different places. Another lawsuit I've seen, I believe it's Wendy Williams, is she married? Her ex is trying to sue the people, sue, I believe for like 200 something million or 20 something million, something like that, for the guardianship that they have. I guess he's trying to sue them to, like, they're like, in other words, saying that they're trying to hold her, they're making money off of holding her with this whole mental health, with her mental health, and he's trying to say let her do what she wants to do, or they're suing. So I don't know what's going on with that type of situation. I thought that her, getting this type of treatment was doing better for her. She was being more responsive, But if she's still in the same state where she feels like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, they got me locked in here, I can't go here, then that might be a problem for a female or a lady that made it up to this point and don't have the right people around. Yep, you ain't lying. What else they had? Oh, you know what? It's Diddy all day, huh? Y'all think Diddy gonna beat it? It's not PJs. This is a top I put together. Well, you could say it's like it feels like PJ material though. I try to throw things together, and I got some black cargos with it. I'm gonna wear my Black Lives Matter Air Max 95s. It all goes together. I just throw things together. I'm not really today. I'm not on no stylish stuff. Usually, I'm more stylish off the cam than on cam. You think he's finished? Wow. What's up, Queen Libra? Wow. How many years you think he's gonna get? You think he's gonna get like R. Kelly numbers? Yeah, these glasses are not. You got a good point. Y'all are very observative. These glasses are not prescribed. You want to see my prescription glasses? I think they look so like y'all gonna laugh, but they don't got no style to it. I gotta get some new prescriptions. These are my prescriptions. They don't got no style to it. Now I don't have to squint, but these are not these are just regular Gazelle. Life. Wow, y'all think it's gonna be life. Well, if it's life, it's a wrap. If it's life, it's a wrap. Especially with the conditions of prison nowadays. I can't believe he got himself to this point, yo. To be honest with y'all, when I first heard this, it wasn't like far fetched, but it was just like, what are they talking about? And then when I seen the video with Cassie, I'm like, wow, I didn't expect Diddy would be that type of person. Like hands-on and all of this stuff. I know he had like a little power issues going with him because of things that we've seen on social media, but I never thought that he would like or take the Panani. I didn't think he was going to be one of those types, because people say, you hear all these people saying, oh well, he has so much amount of money, why would he want to do that? Well, that's probably the reason why they would want to do that, because when they reach a certain amount of money, they realize it's not every woman in the world or every chick in the world that you could just pay for and get it. Some people are married, some people, and the way we look at his life, he likes to mess with people that already are in relationships. It's like that power conquer if he can take a female from a person. And that right there always it all came back to haunt him. And then when you're doing that, you're gonna actually take advantage of the person. Well, you got a problem, sir. You got a problem. I don't care if you was a mogul or you was just a guy standing on the corner. It ain't right. And I don't care. Like, I don't get too caught up in like people are kind of, I guess, kind of mad that she got $20 million, this and that. I'm not surrounded by the fact what they make or how much money she got from this. That's really none of my business. Sometimes I don't even know why people announce these type of things. But at the end of the day, the real fact is the evidence that was presented was on tape right in our face. And then that's when everything just started the puzzle started coming together. So this was his character that they put together. I don't know, man. It's some of these people really got to take a look at their life and see that all of this stuff, man, it ain't worth it. And the more we say that, they look at us like, oh, what you think? No, I haven't did anything like that. We haven't did anything like that. We might make mistakes too, but they're not these types of mistakes. No, so don't let these people, people are saying it, and then he has this like overpowering, like you could just tell when the female don't even want to be with him. A lot of dudes, they got to get that understanding of it too. A lot of people, even if they're coming for opportunity, it still says that they don't want to be with you sexually. Now, if you end up sleeping with that person and now you're trying to like buy into their love, like all of it sounds artificial. It's not gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Come on now. There's people in relationships right now having sex with their partner that don't really feel good about it. But they just there because they started something that they don't really feel like finishing, but they really can't have nothing. They don't want to say nothing. It's a big part. All the drugs and stuff you hide, forgetting this and that, yeah, that's one thing. But when it comes down to pleasing somebody, you gotta be off. Get off of them drugs, man, because you're not gonna win against anybody else, especially a person that's healthy and dealing with like or athlete. You're not, dog. You're gonna lose your girl. You're gonna lose your queen. She wasn't even yours in the first place. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's really messy, man. But if he does get that, like if the judge just says life, oh man, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. Y'all think it's life? That's nuts. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's one of them things that after a while, this just the Diddy every day, it was too much. It was just too much. It wasn't like I was giving up on it, but it was just like every day something new, and it was just like, wow, this man he's something else. Diddy is something else. He's something else. I'm still. I didn't all the way digest it yet, but I'm just like, man, it just goes to show that when people were saying like what was going on behind the scenes, and yeah, he was like one of the ringleaders. He was like one of the people they were talking about, and he was the first one to say, oh, Love, change his name Love, and he got doing all of this, and it's like evil people try to disguise themselves as good people because they know that they can take advantage of people that's left with hope and want to do better for themselves. So they use these type of trickery things and put their money in front of their work and in front of their wrongs to try to blind you so you can just look at them just from that side. You know, like how somebody can help a few people, but behind the scenes they're a monster over here. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a good person because they help those few people. It just goes to show that they're very, and I heard, a story about, I believe it was his bodyguard saying that, he was very into the 48 laws of power. So the deception thing, he had that down pat. He had that recipe down pat. So I don't know who to believe or what to believe. He's been behind the camera so long that a lot of these people, they're used to acting or used to trying to, be like something they're not. So I can't go for whatever comes out of a lot of these people's mouth. They'll tell you anything. They'll start repeating your stuff. They talking about good energy, this and that. Meanwhile, when he goes home, he's beating his wife's behind. And she's only staying with this guy because if he put her out in the street now, she don't have no legs to stand on because he's the bulk of the money. It's things like that. When you start doing all of that stuff, it just goes to show, man, love the ones you love and love the people that love you. Never forget that. It might not be like automatically your picture how you thought this love thing was going to work, but sometimes you got to give things a chance because there's people out here, they'll tell you and sell you anything. They selling people products that get them sick. They don't get into all of that stuff, man. You said no swag. Diddy might not have, yeah, I don't think, I never thought these guys had swag, really. I feel like a lot of these people dress like each other. It's sickening out there. You got to know how to put your pieces together and dress according to your environment as well as your energy. It's always going to define you more than just putting on whatever everybody else has. Like you just can't dress off the mannequin and just think that, that's like 100 more people is not going to come and have that same thought. Like I want that. It looks good together. No, you put something that looks good with it instead of just dressing like everybody else. It's way beyond swag. It all has to do with your character and how you think and how you look at things. Do you want to be down or do you want to start your movement yourself and be that light shining? No, some people just want to be down with whatever they have going on. But yo, man, the Fat Joe, that's new. I don't have a lot of information on it, but it's just like if that is true, like what you dealing with a 15-year-old for anyway, Like what you got going on that you got to deal with a 15-year-old? I mean, even at 15 years old, I was still like I was more pushing towards a little older chicks. And then the older you get, then you might look back like, all right, cool. She's only 2 years, this and that, 3 years. What's going on though? Like maybe because the grown women you can't put it down like that. Them young chicks gonna tire you out. Them young chicks be telling their boyfriends, bro. When you hear bro, you know you gotta go. I like a strong female, but still got the girly characters to her. They got all sorts of names for different types of females. I don't know. And I don't mind if a female comes from like a harsh background or harsh environment. I don't mind a chick that comes from a little struggle. That's just always like, come on. You can't just automatically judge somebody because how they start is how they finish. You never know, that could be your best lover because they understand what you're going through and y'all can go through it together. But when you have this selfish, narcissistic type of mentality, it ain't gonna work with no chick. What's up? What's up? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all this morning, man. There's a lot of things that I have to do, but I said, you know what? This Friday I'm gonna jump on here with my people, yo. It's a different type of connection when I do lives and when I just drop videos. I like that live energy that I get. Makes me feel good. It makes me feel that y'all are tuning in. I said I was, and thank you, thank you, thank you. I hit 3,000 subs. I know the other day I wasn't even on three. I was coming up to 3,000. All of a sudden I look back and it was 3,000. So yeah, we growing. We growing. We growing. We growing. My made it family. I don't know. I ain't really right now selling. I'm not really selling anything right now. I do design clothes and things like that, but right now I don't have anything for sale right now at this point in time. What I'm trying to do, I'm gonna do a new little setup for the summertime. I got a few things. I got a few things coming. I got a few things coming. I'm not just buying everything. I'm putting my money in the right places. When you work hard, sometimes you might not get what you wanted, but you definitely gonna get what you need. Trust me on that one. Remember that. Oh, you're the best. You're the best. Yeah, it's one of them days after this and lunchtime today. I'm doing some West Indian food. I might get some. I'm not gonna do the jerk chicken. I might do some stew chicken today. I'm not sure. I might do some stew chicken. I'm eating already, talking about other food for lunch. That's it. One of them days. Where y'all tuning in from? I know we got one London. Oh, let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Um, Well, I know. Fat Joe, he has that podcast with Jadakiss. I don't know how that's gonna go or how that's gonna end up with all these allegations and things like that. I think they should just lay off of that for a second. Handle what you gotta handle in these courts, and then you could get back to that. But just sitting up there and not even talking about it or just going into other people's topics, it doesn't say too much for yourself, when you don't got your own self. The best. And what else? What else? What else out there? Oh, hold on. Oh, I did see that. I might do a reaction to that. I was thinking about doing a reaction to the luxury car theft, but I don't know. I got a lot of things going up before I can get to that. So yeah, man. Right now in these fresh on the press is this Fat Joe situation, man. It's disgusting out there. I ain't trying to, and just as people, man, I'm not trying to take anything that somebody don't want to give to me. Like I ain't with that energy. I can't enjoy myself. I can't do that. These got to be people that they never really, they never really got when they were younger. They never did the closet thing. They ain't do the humping thing, the freeze tag, grab them up thing, the touch it, run. They ain't do none of that stuff. They ain't get into none of that stuff. Chicks was not checking for them until they had money. That's scary. That's scary. I don't know. I'm just guessing at it, but what that man TA said about Joe, and now it's turned into some RICO, and he wants $20 million. It's beyond me. I hope they could work that out though, man. Joe got some good guys behind him. I don't know. I hope y'all tune in to my I'm gonna drop another reaction at 11 o'clock today, so y'all look out for that. So that'll be two for the day. Y'all look out for those, and yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I always chop it up with y'all, try to make sense of all this craziness going on. Did y'all hear the Cardi B Outside song? Did y'all like it? Or y'all ain't messing with it? What's going on? I like it. I feel like right now is a good time for all artists to just start dropping off with. Because if you're an artist, do drop the music. Drop the music. Don't let your name be surrounded by the gossip and things like that. Do what you came here to do. Like Memphis Bleak, he dropping it. He not playing. He got a podcast and he still dropped the album. That's what he loved doing. He's an MC. He has some things on his mind and he released that in his album. That's dope. I can't see it no other way. That's dope. I seen something floating around about Jim Jones and Nas, and I'm like, nah, you can't compare yourself to the God MC Nas, Jim. You can't do that. You can't. You can't say look up on the Billboard charts and see what Nas did. Whatever Nas did is what Nas did. He's the God MC when it comes down to hip hop. There's only a few people that we can put up on that statue, and that's Nas. You can't take away from what Nas had, and especially in them times when Nas dropped his album, it wasn't all about a single. It wasn't all about just hitting the charts like that. It was all about how did it feel with the people. When you hear Nas albums up to this point, these things be classic. I'm sorry. I've never heard anybody from the younger generation or the older generation have any complaints against Nas. I've never heard that. Now, you might have your own choice when it comes down to production, but his overall message and his songs and his lyrics, nah, man, this is beyond artistry. This is somebody he's a poet. So I wouldn't just say that just because you hit the billboard a whole bunch of times and you feel like that's enough to put you next to a person like Nas, or you can't do that. And that's just being fair in hip hop. Like hip hop is not about the shiny stuff. It's not about hitting the billboards, hitting the charts, the top chart topper. It's not about that. Hip hop is a lifestyle that we all adapted from people coming from struggle, making it out of whatever their situation was with the words that they spoke to the people and connected with them. And sometimes that starts with, rough beginnings and it ends up to be something beautiful at the end. It's not about who hits the charts. It's how your music translates with the people in these neighborhoods, in these environments that we come from, and how it stays with these people. It's not because people, you could have a lot of those chart topper songs of what people, they don't carry that on in their life. That's what you carry into the club. That's what you hear on rotation on the radio. When you dig into somebody's album to see how they actually think and the words that they put down and the things that they stand for, Nas is one of those guys. He's one of the best storytellers of all time. There's no way I'm comparing these two. So I don't even know why. And it's not to stop anything that Jimmy's doing, because Jim Jones is a dope artist. I feel like Jimmy's superpower is to be able to last the test of time in each and every environment. So he can make music with the young guys, he can make music with the older guys, he could put himself in a place where he's gonna always, you know, kind of like adapt to the format of what the situation. And he makes great music. I'm not taking that away from Jimmy, because Jim Jones, he surprised me way in the past with his music. Like, oh, that's a dope song. You know, that's really dope. This is dope. But we talking about, you're putting artists that they're not on the same, like on the same tier, I would say, to be compared. It's not like, that's just, to me, that's just sparks an argument for social media. It doesn't last long because people already know. It's kind of like, you know, it's almost like you like, you don't want to, like, you could be a manager, but you're not gonna. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I don't want to put it like that. But music, it takes a whole lot of music and a whole lot of creative juices, I would say, to stay in somebody's heart. People have memories of when they hear certain songs from Nas. You can remember where you was at this point in time, like Black Girl Laws, when he spoke on. It's just so much. Please don't. Especially out here, this is Big Queens. We don't play about Nas. That's one thing we do not do, is play about Nas. Nas is one of the God MCs out here, man. And another thing is, like, the comparisons, we got to take that out, because we're coming to the time where we're not going to be able to have a chance to compare anything if there's, we need a lot of good people in the forefront when it comes to hip hop, because we've seen what the greedy people do. They're not only gatekeepers, they're not even writing their stuff. They're not even writing their stuff. So it's not really coming from here. It's coming from somebody else, and this and that and this. Nah, when Nas came in the game, it was coming from him. It was coming from his project window, from what he's seen and experienced with his crew. And that ended up translating across around the world. You can't compare yourself like that. And it's not the fact that it makes you down on, I'm not down on Jimmy. I'm just saying that his story is more etched into hip hop's history than yours is. That's it. That's it. That's all. I just don't go around disrespecting artists. It's like, you know, come on, you don't do that. That's like saying, oh, Beyonce, she ain't this, she ain't that. You know how hard that lady worked? Are you serious? I'm talking about hitting high notes, low. She's been working ever since she's touched with Destiny's Child. So now, because you hear like maybe a new singer come in now, you're going to say, oh, they can compare. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. She lived in the hearts of people and in the ears and minds of people for years and years to come. So when it gets to this point, and it's already etched in. You gotta, come on now. Come on now. We gotta stop. You know, we gotta make the right. Cause it's not more than one person could be great. It's not just one person that's great. No, that's what makes hip hop is a collective of different artists from all around the world. That makes that their point of views and the way they see things and the way they write their music, it comes from them. So that's a big gumbo of different people. Up to this day, people still say they miss XXX Tentacion because of just that moment in time of the music he dropped. It was just so timeless from when he started. So it doesn't take a whole bunch of years. It's just what you bring to the table. What did you create that can touch other people and they can live with it? If you can live with something, you can give somebody something and it stays in their household and they're playing it and it's changing their day, their mood, and then you have something. But if you can't do that and you can only perform and make people bop their heads, well, that could be duplicated. Because a good beat in a time where everybody's having fun, nobody's gonna really stick to lyrics. But if you touch people, they'll sing along while they're dancing. They'll sing along while they're bopping. They'll know that because they remember the times where it touched. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, when it comes down to Jim Jones going at Pusha, now we got something that's okay. Okay, Jim could speak on that because I feel like Pusha, and I'm not taking anything away from Pusha, hip hop MC, but Jim had a point with, with the fake. He said, he's talking about the fake coke bars and this and that. So they do have an argument, but don't go where the Nas and the J's and the Biggies and the Tupacs. Don't go over there. Don't do that. You know how much work it takes to. We all know how much work it takes to go to those points. We know that. We know that already. So don't try to switch it up or make people think different just to sell what you got going on. That ain't. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That ain't it. That ain't it. But I love you guys. I thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna be dropping more, and this weekend I'm gonna have some extra videos that I want to drop for you guys too. So you guys, thank you. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe, like, and share this video. And I hope y'all enjoy your day. It's Friday. Go out there and have, do what you gotta do, and then you get back because you know that you're gonna kick back and do what you gotta do after this work. The work hours are over. You do your thing. Do your thing. You want to date somebody new, type them up or however you meet up with them and try something new for this weekend. I believe Summer Jam is this weekend, right? Summer Jam, I'm not going, but hopefully they stream it. I'll check it out. Watch some new movies or something. I don't know. I'm going to do something, but I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, a.k.a. Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Peace.